And good evening, Jenny Poole. How are you this evening?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am good. And
Good.
hello to anyone watching and going to watch this broadcast. 5 minutes with a costume designer. Costume designer of choice this week is Jenny Poole. It'll be her next week too. And okay, we're just gonna get right to it because we only have 5 minutes. Oh, that's not the right thing. That's not at all what I wanted to put up. I thought I had it cued in the right place. It's not. Okay, here we go. If you only have energy to do one thing for this steampunk tea party, what one thing would you suggest that people focus on?
Get a vest. Um, yeah, I think that like if you had a vest, you could at the very least wear it on its own. If you had a maxi dress or anything like that, you could put a vest on top of it, a white button-down shirt with a long skirt, or just over suit pants or whatever. Yeah, and just as it is, a vest would do a lot. Um, if you then started adding extra buttons, or put a little chain to make it look like there's a pocket watch, or
Mhm.
you can Google findings, like I'm finding something
Mhm.
findings. If you Google that, like steampunk findings, on Amazon, you'll get these bags of metals. So I have like these little metal keys, but they have all kinds of stuff like that, like gears, and so you can just like glue or sew different things on this one vest. You can add the color, you can change the color, you can get real advanced and make the back lace up like a corset if you wanted to. Um, so yeah, you could do just an off the rack vest, or you
Mhm.
could jazz up a vest.
Because
And that I think is really gonna spin you over the edge.
vests haven't changed all that much.
They haven't really. They've gotten a little longer, um, as we have started considering our waists to be more of our high hip,
Hmm.
as opposed to our natural waist. So if you do the I'm a little teacup thing and you bend from side to side, that part of you that's like folding, that hinge point, that is actually your waist. And so because when they were wearing all these really tight clothes, your clothes had to sit on your hinge points.
Hmm.
Otherwise they would hurt. So when they were wearing these tight clothes in the Victorian period, they wore things at their actual waist. And so because of that, your torso is, well, it's not smaller, it just, you're only dealing with the top part of your torso. So the vest would hit usually right about at your waist, because
Hmm.
that was then your skirts or whatever would go out from there.
Right.
And men and women wore vests. You know, walking suits and riding suits and bicycling suits and any of that, women wore vests, men wore vests. Yeah, they're a little shorter. Sometimes uh period vests or oldie timey vests had more buttons. So a contemporary vest may only have 3 buttons in
Hmm.
the same amount of space. If you look at a historical garment, it has more buttons. So if you wanted to add
Mm.
more buttons, it'll take a contemporary vest to make it look older.
Okay.
Um,
That
but yeah,
that makes sense now that you say that because you said add more buttons. They would have more. There, it's the same amount of space, but they're adding more buttons,
yeah,
which
there
would
would just be
also
more.
tighten you up a little bit more
Hmm.
if there's any access. If there's any excess
Yeah,
material there, it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
come open. But if it's got a button, it's not.
It's got a lot of buttons. It's not going to come
Okay.
open. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That was a great tip. You have any other little
Vest.
thing if someone wanted to go on
Um,
Amazon and get one little thing?
One little thing. Well, this one isn't from Amazon, but you can get, uh, usually like steampunk likes to play with scale. Oh no, it's a sneeze.
Bless you. Bless you.
Sorry. Pollen count is high. But a hat is also good, and there's a surprising number of kind of like cooler, more vintage looking hats on Amazon. This one actually came from Etsy, Ireland, and it's a mini derby. But usually, what people wear for steampunk things is they wear a mini top hat, which
Right.
are super easily available online. And then you can really have fun. You can decorate them with some ribbon, or put your
Mhm.
findings on there, or put goggles on them. And you can, do all kinds of cool stuff. Put them on a headband to make it stay, and things like that. But yeah, those are. But I also found an Yves Saint Laurent boater hat at Goodwill one time for $4. So
What?
don't turn your nose up at Goodwill. You can find some crazy stuff there if you.
Oh yeah.
If you have kind of a plan and a lot of patience.
And an idea. And so if you haven't looked at the lookbook that we have on the website, afroscapescurls.com, we have a lookbook on the SteamPunk page. There's also the inspiration reel that has lots of different types of steampunk clothing, outfits, attire. There's Western wear, there's Victorian things, there's things that would be more like an Afro steampunk futuristic look. There's things with lots of pearls, and there's lots of things on the inspiration reel. If you have not watched it, please watch it.
Yeah, I think that for the most part, like, people can do a lot if they get some basic shapes in terms of like a hat and a vest. And then just get your friends together with some hot glue and some gears and some things, and just start putting ribbon on things, and like the actual pieces are important if you want them to be, but you can have a lot of fun with some really simple pieces that you then decorate, which is what's the fun part anyway.
I think you told me if you think it's too much,
you're probably right.
It's probably not, because steampunk, you can just keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
And keep going.
Yeah. Generally speaking, getting it wrong means not having quite enough stuff yet.
So just do it. Just play with it. And we're all going to be playing with it. So it'll be a safe space to try all that stuff.
Safe space to just try all the things. If you've ever wanted to wear all of your accessories at once,
now is the time.
This is your moment.
Okay. We did 8 minutes again. But you did 5 minutes on vests. And then you did the hat. And then you did other things that you can add on there. So I think we're good. I think we're fine. Thank you, Jenny Poole.
You're welcome.
All right. I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.